See you there. There we go, that's how you do it. Had to reload. And then I could win. So let's go back. Is it done? Is this finally the end? Is this the end? Do 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 do. 22.
She casts no spells, on my honor.
An elf's honor worth less than a man's shit.
You seek someone, stranger?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
It's chamomile. Go, please.
Should have stayed in the forest.
They hate you too.
Now that died to me.
Too many people talking.
Grand opening tonight.
Oh yeah, here we go.
A performance by the illustrious duo, Master Dandelion and Priscilla.
Back there.
That looks like a really cool looking place. It's all fancied.
A minor or D?
D minor. Zoltan, what are you doing?
We start in G major, and
I've told you, the piece is sad, melancholy, needs a minor key.
but I wanted
To ruin everything.
This actually looks pretty bad, actually. The Eater probably would have looked a lot nicer. This looks pretty poor, Dandelion. It looks pretty poor.
Well, well. See, the crew's been hard at work. Not bad.
No, not all. But I'd imagine something more, you know, more theatrical.
Yeah.
Don't you like it? But I thought a boudoir would be right in line with your tastes.
Oh, you chose it. Well, I'm not saying it's bad, just different. Not exactly what I'd envisaged. You know, now that I think about it, you're absolutely right. A boudoir's the perfect setting for a cabaret. What about Rotlick? Did you get the placard?
He's disappointed.
Rotlick said he'd bring them on his own. Should be here soon.
Great! The best way I can think of to promote the chameleon.
The chameleon, that's what you call it?
What about choreography? Prepared anything special for the opening?
We haven't. But Polly has. She's priceless. Came in and brought the girls in line before I could say knickers. Premier will have the audience on their feet, on their knees, both at the same time.
Never mentioned wanting to change the name.
Rosemary in Time wasn't all bad, but it conjured images of Temerian cuisine served by waitresses in peasant garb. Chameleon's a lot better for a cabaret, apart from which it emphasizes that the place has undergone a transformation. Just a better ring to it all round.
Sounds better.
Guess everything's ready. So when's the opening?
Soon. We start our dress rehearsal in an hour. I just need to nip back home for my dress.
Thanks for everything.
Don't mention it.
Seems my cabaret dreams are about to come true. So, around to celebrate? I'm buying.
Sure.
Why not?
That's my boy. The foreman mentioned he saw you and Priscilla talking,
He's all right.
and she say anything about me?
Yeah, she said you're fat and you smell bad. I'm saying it.
Uh-huh. She said you've gained some weight, and that you should bathe more often.
Very funny, Geralt. Shove it.
Well, well. Never thought I'd live to see the day. Dandelion living in monogamy.
I've always been monogamous. Well, near enough. I just changed muses often.
Priscilla, another one for your collection?
No, she's its crowning glory.
One thing's eating me. How do you manage to get the loan from Sophronia?
Oh, wasn't easy. She got so excited about our performance, I had to read to her for 4 hours. 4 hours from the Cloak and the Dagger.
You mean you didn't...
Are you crazy? Who do you think I am?
Gigolo, man. Dude, gigolo.
She's late, of course. She knew how important this night was to me.
Of course she did. Probably just making herself gorgeous. Takes time, you know.
So it's true. A woman's vanity knows no bounds.
Master Dandelion! Priscilla, she's
What? Speak, man.
badly, been attacked. They took her to Vulmerius Hospital.
Oh my
Attacked?
god.
She's hurt? Geralt, come with me, please.
Of course, let's go.
Gods. Priscilla. Is she gonna live?
I'd say that's certain. Her condition's critical but stable.
Ow!
But you are a relative?
Relative? No, a friend. A very close friend.
Dandelion, correct? She uttered the name in her few moments of lucidity. I am Joachim von Gratz, head of surgery. Until recently, a lecturer at Oxenfurt Academy.
Enough of the courtesies. What are her injuries, besides her eye?
She looks messed up.
Concussion, cranial swelling, incision into her larynx, and scalding inside the throat and esophagus.
Ugh.
Clearly someone forced her to imbibe a caustic fluid.
Who did it?
Who could have done this?
Off with their head.
That I do not know. I do, however, know she is not the perpetrator's first victim.
How can you know that?
I've seen wounds like this. They're not the kind one would forget, don't you agree? In fact, just this week a corpse turned up in the morgue with similar injuries. And no heart.
No heart? You mean that might have happened to Priscilla? Is someone looking into this?
This is Novigrad. Only the innocent burn here.
Geralt, I know I owe you 100 times over, but I need to ask you another favor. Find the bastard who did this. Find him and kill him.
Don't need any convincing. Come on, Dandelion. Let's think about what we can do.
I would suggest examining the previous victim's corpse. It has yet to be autopsied. Doing so could very well provide some clues. No need to look astonished, gentlemen. As a surgeon, I know the importance of preventive medicine. Rather than wait for this maniac to strike again, I'd prefer to excise him. Not unlike a tumor.
Putting yourself in danger.
Great analogy, but this tumor's not gonna sit there, wait to be excised. Appreciate the help, but I doubt you know what you're getting yourself into.
I know perfectly well, and I assure you I can take care of myself.
Easy assurance to make, harder to back up, especially if you've spent your whole life wielding a scalpel, not a sword.
Look at this scar. Don't be shy. Any idea what leaves such a mark?
A flail. Morningstar, maybe.
What do you think? A blow sustained at the operating table? No? Let me repeat. I know what I'm doing, and I wish to help.
It looked like you had VR tattooed on your neck there, but...
Think they'll let me into the morgue?
By the main entrance, certainly not. But you can also get inside through the sewers.
The sewers. Travel them often, Doctor?
It's like Vizima
As often
sewers.
as required for, the pursuit of preventive medicine.
Alternative treatments. Aggressive ones, I'm guessing. Interesting.
We can discuss this en route. Are you ready?
How about I join you later?
No. Need to tend to something first.
But I will go
In that
directly
case,
there.
we shall meet by the Kingfisher. I'll await you there.
I'll get whoever did this, Dandelion. Even if it's Hierarch Hemmelfart himself.
Thanks.
Hemmelfart. That's the actual name. I can't believe this happened. Why you do this? Necromancy. I already have that book. Why? Who did this? And
Geralt?
alright, so there's nothing we can do in here. We're doing that quest. It's happening. 5-hour quest to save her. Well, we got about probably 3.5 hours left until this quest becomes complete. So let's get going. She got muffed up, man. Got destroyed. Probably by males,
no eyes
probably.
in its head, no heart in its breast.
What beast kills that way?
Only man's capable of that kind of cruelty.
Where the freak is this hospital at anyway? I didn't even know it existed. Alright. Well, we gotta play private investigator again.
Be a butcher went on big.
Is it
Hey, not like that.
upstairs?
Draw it out more.
It's not upstairs. I mean, this is a pretty good quest line. Like, I'm interested. Like, I want to know. But I just didn't think it was going to be like this long. But you know, there's probably people that are like, nope, it's a Dandelion quest. Nope, tired of doing stuff for that guy. Alright, man, we're here. Ready to go into the sewers of Azima?
Well then, ready for a stroll through the sewers?
Sounds like a date.
Mm-hmm. Ready and intrigued.
You lead.
Why, you want to stab me in the back? That's your intention, sir.
So, preventive medicine you practice in the sewers. What's that about?
Think. Sewing up drowner victims can grow awfully tedious. Hear that?
Uh-oh.
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
Yep, drowners. Get out of the way, you drowner. Oh, water hag. Come on, water hag. Let's go. Nope. Head off. Hey, how come you're not doing any fighting? I want to see you aim that crossbow. You aimed it and you missed. But you did what I asked. Oh, loud during combat, what?
Priscilla, how's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Trobritz. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
I feel like I need a torch. Yeah, there we go. So wounds will heal. Main concern is her voice, apparently. Some sicko is the one that did it. Pretty sure. She can't sing anymore, she can't talk, that's right. Dandelion's gonna be Will Dandelion stay with the mute? That's the question that needs to be asked. Or answered, rather.
Take the ladder.
Will he stay with the mute? Take the ladder, my child.
This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
That's like... What are you doing? Why'd you come out of there? Find the dwarven woodcarver's body. Well, it's probably this. Nope, that's a lady.
Human. Wrong body type. Let's keep looking.
Can I put this away? Yeah, it's probably better if I put it away. Girls of the North. Ah, you scared me, sir. Man, I was watching some of the Arkham Knight game last night. Dude, there was like some jump scares up in that game. Freaking Batman
Looks
game.
like necrophages got to this one.
Necrophages. Can I go in here? What kind of place is this? Look, I should stop looting. It's all the same. Bodies. That's not a dwarven body.
This isn't it.
Not a dwarven body. Not it. Are there bodies here anyway? Here it runs at 30 FPS and it's cinematic for like 20 hours of gameplay. Yeah, I've never played the other ones. I've never played any of the games, to be honest, but I saw some people playing it and wanted to check it out.
This one's a she. Remember, beards are no indicator of gender amongst dwarves.
Let's keep looking.
But it was definitely like not very optimized on the PC or whatever, I think. Apparently it wasn't very good. I saw people having a hard time trying to keep it at 60. Especially when they would go into like the city and be driving around or flying around or whatever.
But the hands, not a carpenter's, a banker's more likely.
It wasn't very good. Graphics look pretty good though. But
calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap.
This is the dwarf.
Dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood?
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
We're going straight to there.
His genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection.
Oh my god.
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
I had to do it. It seemed like it would be the funniest one, and it turned out it's the most disgusting.
See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen. Toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
Mm-hmm. And a different sense of humor.
And...
look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience?
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him.
Torso and head are
Let's
left.
examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Check the scar.
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin, an incision, but the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Open his abdomen. Alright.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded.
Chest wound?
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
Murderer's doing, probably. Alright. Last thing is the head.
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt, like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Let's check the eye sockets.
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes. And some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
Wow.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
Talk about a brutal murder, man. Whoever's doing this is insane.
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
So eye sockets, mouth, that thing. We did his torso, hands didn't have anything, legs, genitals, yes. Alright, I think we know enough.
Alright, think I know enough.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about, what the motive might have been.
Oh, we actually get to choose. There you go, still alive. Whoever did it cut their head off. Rather not share my conclusion. Like he does it. The murderer does it the exact same way to everybody, pretty much. So punishment is probably out the window. Murderer's mad might be a good conclusion. I'm gonna say ritual though. It's number one, just because number one options seem to like always sort of be the best.
It's some kind of sick ritual. You saw it. Burns in the eye sockets, cavity where the heart should be, scalding liquid, all centering on warmth, heat, fire.
A fire eternal.
It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm
Could be.
Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted. Drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
I mean, this guy could definitely be the guy. Everybody's a suspect. Maybe I should have played dumb, but never know.
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the Market Square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirance was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, Your Reverence.
Everyone's in
Who are these
here.
people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As Your Reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
Why'd you cover for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Thank you.
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel, a rogue, like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer, delighted especially in torturing women.
Wow.
Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job.
Can't believe they have a character whose name is Hemmelfart in this game. Amusing. But that sucks if that's your name.
Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
I decide when we're done with the subject. What's your connection to him?
An old story, but if you insist. The student protests in 1242, you've heard of them? I led them. Hubert, however, denounced me to the authorities. I landed in prison. There you have it. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
Well, Investigation begins. Corpse collector. Examine the place. The woodcarver died. Alright. That guy is probably the closest, but I'll probably go to him last.